There is nothing better than seeing your childhood hero, I guess, or childhood villain on a big screen. And holy crap, was Rogue One. Oh my God, where do I even begin? Um, First things first. Just to say this is going to be a spoiler. It's going to be a spoiler review. I'm not going to be explaining any of the story, but I will be pointing out some spoilers about my likes and dislikes about the movie. So if you don't want any spoilers, I suggest you don't watch this. Um, but for the non-spoiler movie review part, I will just go ahead and say it was amazing, and that I'm just going to put that for the non-spoiler review. The rest of the video is going to be spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers, get out. So that's that. Star Wars Rogue One was a story between episode 3 and episode 4 about the retrieval of the Death Star plans. Now, during the movie was the final stages of building the Death Star and the official first test, the official, non official first test of the Death Star weapon, which was successful, but Darth Vader deemed it unsuccessful because of how much power it had. Um, Basically, it was only used to destroy basically an entire city, or in this case, a Jedi temple. But it was used at the end of the movie again to destroy the location where the Death Star plans was hidden. Um, so, of course, was again the use of the Death, a really great use of the Death Star, and I'm so glad the Death Star was used like that. I'm so glad. I could never be more happy about the way the Death Star was used like that. Mainly because you saw the effect the Death Star had with just barely any minimum power. I believe that Death Star at that point would have had the power to destroy that entire planet or moon or whatever that was. I think it was the moon uh, that they were orbiting for the final construction stages of the Death Star. So at that point, I would say that the Death Star was very much operational and was very much ready for full use and effect. And we got to see a lot of that in this movie. Even though, it only fired twice in the movie, we still saw how the Death Star was used. Um, I mean, we all heard, we all saw when the rebels got news of about the weapon, about the power it has, and of course the message that the main protagonist had explained. I can't remember her name. I'm really sorry. I'm very bad at remembering names, but I'll eventually know it by the time the DVD comes out. So anyways, the whole point of the movie was getting the Death Star plans, which was transmitted to the ship in which Princess Leia was on, um, that got away for now, but then was caught up by um, Darth Vader's ship, and then of course Episode 4 happens. So this movie was basically the moment right before Episode 4 happens, and it was a really good movie. But the story of it could have been so much better. For one, you basically killed the entire cast, or at least all the main characters of of the entire movie. You killed off all the heroes. Um, it was really devastating to watch. All these people I come to like near the end of the movie, and then the robot dying. Just almost broke down crying from there. Um, and then of course the other two dying, the final two heroes dying at the end with the Death Star, or with the Death Star destroying um, the region where the Death Star plants was held until it was sent to that rebel ship, which was then turned into a disc, of course. The in Me personally, the only real good parts of the movie was the ones with Darth Vader in it. And of course, there was a lot of theories going around like, oh, who was in that tube? And we eventually found out it was Darth Vader. And I'm sitting here like, really? That's Darth Vader? Even though everybody was like, oh, that has to be Snoke or something. They can't just like not tell us who Snoke is. No, I still fully believe that we will see Snoke in episode 8, and we will see the true identity of Snoke in episode 8. But that was Darth Vader inside of that tube, if you couldn't even tell by the breathing, of course, which I thought was really cool. I think that effect wasn't really necessary, personally, but I can tell why. Um, so again, seeing Darth Vader emerging from the tube and then basically into the suit and and of course the cheesy choke pun. It was very cheesy. I'd say you could have left that out and said something a little more meaningful, something Darth Vader would actually say instead of some cheesy ass choking pun. Um, I don't know. I think that the movie would have been better without it, because Darth Vader personally is someone you don't want to mess with. And with that cheesy choking pun, I mean, come on. That's not the Darth Vader we know. We all know better. But seeing Darth Vader, just in general, seeing Darth Vader, I geeked out. I had to start cheering. Um, and of course, at the end of the movie, oh my God, the end of the movie, when he ignites his lightsaber and starts killing all those rebels. I hate to say it, but I was cheering for Darth Vader. Oh my God, I geeked out at that moment. Um, I basically started cheering, started clapping, and I think I got a couple more people cheering with me. But you know, holy crap, that was an amazing moment. It's got to be said, seeing Darth Vader like that on the big screen, like that, fighting against rebels. Holy crap! Now I want to see like a movie purely dedicated to Darth Vader. I want to see a movie that's just basically about Darth Vader. Um, be Between the episode 3 and episode 4, of course. This movie, of course, wasn't heavily influenced by Darth Vader. You can kind of sense a presence, but he wasn't really there. And that kind of upsetted me. I mean, yeah, they showed a scene with him in it, maybe like another, I don't know. But I only remember the one scene where he was talking. and of course the choking pun, and then the end of the movie, um, when he shows up and pulls out his lightsaber and starts killing all the rebels. Oh my God, this movie needed another Darth Vader scene. I mean, it's probably hard to ask for a third Darth Vader scene, especially from Disney, but now all I ask for from Disney is a Darth Vader movie or a movie that has Darth Vader as the main villain, of course. Some Jedi. I'm sure that there's a Jedi who has went up against Darth Vader before Obi-Wan in his final battle, especially after after Order 66 and after he was put into the suit. I really, really, really want to see that happen. So Disney, please start working on that movie because I really want to see it. Um, but other than that, I think it was really nice to get somebody that looked a lot like Tarkin and then just used CGI for that, and then somebody who looked a lot like Leia or even Leia herself, and then made her look a lot younger with thanks to CGI. You can kind of tell it was CGI, um, because Disney's really good about CGI. That's the one thing I really like about Disney is that they're very good with CGI. So I want to give so much props to Disney for making that moment so special. Um, you know, that movie would not have been any better without that moment. So yeah, thank you so much, Disney, for making that moment so special, especially for Star Wars geeks like me and Star Wars fans all over the world. Freaking moment like those when you just see Darth Vader coming out and you're just so happy when you see him. Oh my God, I want to see another movie with Darth Vader in it so badly. You guys have no idea how much of a geek I am with Darth Vader. Darth Vader is by far my favorite Star Wars character, mainly because of the power he shows. Um, and not to mention, good guy, go good guy again. I wouldn't say it's inspirational, but come on, it's Darth freaking Vader. Come on. You can't get better than that. So, overall, I do rate the movie a 8 out of 10, at least a good 7.9 out of 10. Um, I wouldn't say a solid 8. I'd say around 8, maybe 7.9 was the best that I can do, mainly because of the cheesy story. You could have done so much better to make this story um, so much more memorable. Like I said, another Darth Vader moment would have hurt. Uh, Probably would have made the movie a lot better. Just featuring Darth Vader in your trailer was showing a bit much, Disney. So it's got to be said. And speaking of which, Disney, I'm not sure why you guys are selling R2 units when Rogue One barely even had R2 in it. In fact, there was only one scene with R2D2 in it, with C3PO. So, don't really know why R2D2 toys are like the number one thing in the world right now when it could have been the number one thing in the world like a year ago when you had episode 7 coming out. So, just saying, would have been better. It would have been more reasonable explanation why you were selling R2D2 because he showed up for at least a good long scene in episode 7 and just shows up for like 3 seconds in Rogue One. And I'm sitting here like, okay, R2D2 is basically pointless in this movie. But you know, you get it. So so anyways, Rogue One was holy crap. I would definitely pay money just to see the ending of Rogue One. Just that scene. I would I would pay all the money in the world just to see that one scene over and over and over and over and over. That scene will never get old for me. I would just skip the entire movie just to see that scene over and over and over again because it was that amazing. I don't care if it got old within the first 30 times of watching it. I would watch it every day. I'd watch it every minute. Every time I get bored, that scene will just come up in my mind and I will never stop smiling about it because, you know, it's little the little things like that is what makes me happy and that, you know, it makes movies like that the reason why I say a good 8 or pretty much 8. So, or yeah, pretty much 8 out of 10. Other than that, like I said, would have been better, like a better story. The actors were okay. Um, Holy crap, the acting was amazing. A little better than episode 7. It can get better as it goes. I'm hoping it does get better as we go. Um, so as for the official canon stories, this one is of course official canon. The intro of the movie was very different. I expected the original intro and of course the rolling credits. But instead, no, we're just going to go straight into the movie and just, you know, do the little intro title and just nothing else. I don't know if that was a good idea, Disney. I really don't. If you're going to make all of the little in between movies like that, then, you know, try to give us a little warning beforehand. Um, but these are official canon movies, mainly because it's by Lucasfilms. So, you know, hate to break it to everybody, but these new Star Wars movies are official canon. And we have official proof now because the movies are out. Um, and we can prove that this happened. Maybe not the way we wanted it to happen because of the movies, but in our own imagination, things like that did happen. Darth Vader did kill a lot of rebels um, between episode 3 and episode 4. So, you know, very happy about the outcome of Rogue One. So, you know, I'm looking forward for future Star Wars movies. I will be around episode 8 when it comes out next year. I'm thinking about going to go see it in IMAX. I don't know. If I do end up seeing it in IMAX, I'm going to plan tickets ahead of time. Because like the closest IMAX theater to me is like in Douglasville, Georgia, that is. So, and that's like, God, an hour away from me. So, yeah, I'm just gonna have to do that. I think. I don't really know. It's either Douglasville or just downtown Atlanta. I really don't want to go downtown Atlanta just to see Star Wars. I want to see Star Wars in IMAX at least once. And if it's episode 8, like, if episode 8 happens to be the best of the three, or the best of the current 3 movies that are being made right now, or besides episode 7, um, the best of the 3 new trilogy that, you know, is happening, then so be it. At least I would will, at least I would be willing to say, Hey, I got to see the three latest Star Wars movies in theater, and at least one of them in IMAX. So I'm very much looking forward for Episode 8. I have high hopes for it, but not as high as I had for Episode 7. I expected a lot from Episode 7, even though Han Solo died. Um, and a lot of things happened in Episode 7. A lot of things that I kind of wished happened pretty much differently. So hopefully we will have answers or questions answered, and in Episode 8, maybe we'll have who the hell does Ray belong to? Um, what happened to her mother? So on and so forth. And some basic stuff that I really want answered right now. So that's my current review of Star Wars Rogue One. If you've seen it, tell me how you liked it in the comments below. Um, Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be giving out more spoiler movies as I see them. But I'm not going to be going to go see any movies anytime soon. I think the next movie I'm going to go see is next movie I might see in theaters. When does Spider-Man come out? Does that come out in the spring? Cause I might end up go see Guardians of the Galaxy before Spider-Man if those two movies happen to come out at the same time. I do want to see the new Spider-Man movie though, um, mainly because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan as well. But speaking of Marvel and DC movies, I don't know if Justice League is also coming out next year. If it is, then I'll go ahead and see that as well, and I might do a spoiler movie for that or a spoiler review. So do expect a lot of these spoiler reviews coming out pretty damn soon. Not as soon as you think. So it's probably just going to be like right after I see the movie. I might just end up saying something on Twitter. Hey, I'm just going to freaking upload something. Um, I do apologize about the length of the video and the length of these past videos. Um, and I did say it was going to come out like, what's today? Wednesday or Saturday now? I said that this was going to come out like Friday. It's now Saturday. So, oh well, you know, busy times calls for busy measures. What do you say, drum set? Shall I play you again? I don't know. It's midnight. I don't think I should. Oh well. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas.